So before you make an offer, you need to know how to play this market right, because it's not just about finding a home, it's about winning it without overpaying it. In this video, we're sharing 3 local insights that can save you thousands, from how list price really work here to timing tactics, negotiation leverage. These aren't tips you'll find online.
They're what we use every day to help our buyers come out ahead. But without guidance, real estate doesn't have to be overwhelming. The Connie Taylor Group is here to break it down so you can move forward with confidence. Ready to take the next step? Call or text 806-414-2750. Let's get into it.
In our market, list price isn't a fixed number. It's more like a starting point. Some homes are intentionally underpriced to create bidding wars and drive up competition. Others are overpriced and end up sitting for weeks with a minimal interest. The key is knowing which one you're looking at and requires local knowledge, not just a Zillow estimate. When you understand how pricing trends work in your specific zip code, how long homes are sitting, what they're actually selling for, and how aggressive buyers are, you can structure your offer with purpose. That might mean moving quickly and coming in strong, or it might mean negotiating with leverage, knowing the seller's likely ready to deal. Either way, the goal isn't to guess, it's to offer smart. Because when you understand the pricing game, you don't just throw out offers, you make confident moves.
When a home's been on the market for more than 14 days, a lot of buyers start to assume something's wrong. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the home is simply overpriced for what it offers. Other times it's listed at the wrong time, it didn't photograph well, or hasn't had the right buyer yet. What most people miss is that once a home crosses that 14-day mark, leverage starts to shift. Sellers get anxious, they become more flexible, and if you're a buyer who knows how to read the signs, that's potentially your opportunity. But the trick is knowing what 14 days really means in that neighborhood. In one zip code, 14 days might be totally normal. In another, it might signal a red flag or open the door for major negotiation. That's why we track days on market trends by area. We look at what's typical, where buyers are backing off, and which homes are primed for a better deal. And when our clients have that insight, they don't just make an offer, they make smart offers. They negotiate from a place of confidence, and often the knowledge alone saves them thousands of dollars and keeps them from overpaying in a market where most buyers are still guessing.
So when it comes to making an offer, most buyers focus on price, but timing can be just as powerful. There are smarter, more strategic times to submit an offer, and if you know how to time it right, you can create a huge advantage. Take Fridays, for example. Submitting an offer late Friday afternoon often means it gets buried in the weekend traffic. Listing agents are juggling showings, buyers are flooding open houses, and your offer may not even get reviewed until Monday, right alongside a stack of others. But Monday morning, if the open house was slow or the listing's been sitting for a week or two, that's a window. You're catching the agent fresh, the seller might be anxious after a quiet weekend, and you're stepping into with timing on your side. We've seen buyers win with less money on the table, simply because their timing and structure were sharper than everyone else's. And in this market, it's not just about being fast, it's about being strategic.
We had a buyer who was excited, ready to go all in on a home they loved. They were prepared to offer full price, maybe even over, just to secure it quickly. But we took a closer look. The home had been sitting for longer than average in that neighborhood. It was well presented, but slightly overpriced for the area, and more importantly, it hadn't seen a price reduction or much activity in over a week. So we advised our buyer to wait just 3 more days. No rush, no emotion, just a strategy. And those 3 days made all the difference. We submitted the offer. It was clear the seller was feeling the pressure. They hadn't had much interest, and we came in with a clean, well-structured offer below asking with a few key concessions. The results? We got the deal accepted at $12,000 under list price, plus selling credits to help cover those closing costs. Same home, same buyer, but a completely different outcome. Sometimes it's not just about moving fast, it's about moving smart. Reading the signals, understanding the market tempo, and making your move when the time puts you in the strongest position. That's what strategy looks like. and it's how we are able to get our clients into their dream homes.
Every local market has patterns, timing trends, pricing behaviors, even how long homes sit before offers come in. And the difference between winning and overpaying, it's knowing how to read those patterns. That's where we come in. We don't just look at the listings, we look at what's actually happening behind the scenes. Which homes are overpriced, where buyers are pulling back, and when you have leverage to negotiate, if you want to buy smarter, not faster, not riskier, just smarter, book a local buyer strategy session with us. No pressure, no commitments, just real guidance backed by real data and tailored to your goals. Let's build a plan that actually works for you as we take the stress out of the real estate, because the Connie Taylor Group, we believe that real estate doesn't have to be overwhelming. Subscribe and follow along.